like peak. So I got time today. So I'm about to tap in with y'all. It's a little viewpoint to RoBs Inferno while it burns slow. Shout out to all my guys and goddesses and all high vibrational hearing beings. You know what the fuck it is, man. You know what the fuck it is. You should be knowing what the fuck it is. Because I've been knowing what the fuck it is. To help you know what the fuck it is. You feel me? Understand it. Well, so I got very, very good news today, y'all. Very, very good news. Y'all know a lot of the most strongest people, you know, we get challenged and stuff, right? We deal with things, we go through things, right? Y'all know this, but it's something that I want to say. I want to point out. One of the things that I want to point out is that, you know, your strength should never stop, right? We all have levels of our strength. We all get exhausted, mentally exhausted, stuff like that, right? But the reason why I'm saying this, because a lot of times we allow our situations to make us feel less than, and then we don't know how to go about it. And then it's like, we'll think that we're trying our best, but then in reality, it's like the situation is pretty messed up, you know? So y'all gotta think about it like that, you know, as far as like where it comes from and stuff, you know? This guy about to hit me, you know? And hold up real quick, y'all. I'm about Yeah, my fault. Yeah, my fault. I had to handle something real quick. Give out some positive energy. She said that was nice. Like people be so shocked when you give out positive energy, y'all. Because it's like, I'm not a mean person, you know? Like if y'all ever see me like really max on somebody or spaz on somebody, it probably was like they really deserve that shit. Cause I'm so mature, y'all. I'm emotionally mature too, so I'm not gonna max on someone just because I don't like what they said or because they don't agree with me, or you know what I'm saying? Like none of that's gonna make me max on somebody. I'll remove myself from you, yeah. You know, I'll remove myself if I have to. I'll be on that type of time, but yeah, I'm not gonna be like reactive, you know. Now I say this to say, y'all, I know it's a lot of people that, you know, got certain stuff to say about me, or even acknowledging the knowledge that I have. And I'm pretty sure it's a lot of people that know I haven't even gave out not even a half of, or a piece of a half of my knowledge for really what I know. It's stuff that I know that I've been told not even to speak about as we going forward until that time comes upon. You feel me? Like all jokes aside, y'all, you know, it's certain people right now that are purposely being given more information about going forward, how this shit is all gonna play out. You feel me? And it's not being cocky. Y'all can't be jealous of these people. Y'all can't be envious of these people, because the whole reason these people have this information is because they're gonna spread it, and it's gonna spread like a wildfire. They don't care how they're gonna be viewed about spreading it. You know what I'm saying? They're willing to take whatever comes with it. These people have been specifically chosen, not just me myself. You feel me? So, one of the things like I want to say, you know, it's crazy, y'all. Like I'm in love, y'all. Right? I'm in love. And I'm in love with this girl. She know who she is, right? I made it obvious to her. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. Like, I had to call her the other day and shit and get to her, and she hung up on my ass. I'm like, damn. Like, I hope she didn't think that I'm not mad at her, y'all. I'm not mad at her. I know that she wasn't right with how we stopped talking to each other or whatever, but I'm not mad at her. I know she's a bit younger than me. I know the pressure that was behind her for people that I know that don't like me and was in her ear. You get what I'm saying? I already know that shit. But I told y'all, like, a lot of people that I've been associated with, or like I've been with, our relationship was like divine, you know, right? I'm just gonna be real with y'all, it was divine. And our relationship was divine. And a lot of times people don't notice that until like I be gone. You feel me? They be like, damn, you know, and then it'll hit them. It'll hit them. Or in this case, I wasn't able to tell her because I had to be professional and shit. So, y'all imagine being in love with someone for months, y'all, and being around this person and shit. And not only are people trying to stop you from talking to her, but it's like low key, like you feel like she might feel something, but you can't even really test the waters to really find out how you can really find out directly because you gotta be professional and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I would just be hoping all the time. I'm like, man, why can't I just run into this woman like outside of this? You feel me? Like outside of work. Why can't I run into her outside of work? Like what the fuck? Like it should be blowing me. Even right now, like I'm just like, bro, all it takes is for her just to like be somewhere I'm at and like low key. Like I'm not, this might sound toxic, y'all, but I'm gonna be real with y'all. And then we're gonna get back to some talk. This might sound real toxic. I hope I'm not going front with y'all. Like I hope she gets so irritated. I hope she gets so irritated that she like bro, if it's another person that comes out of nowhere and tells me that this man love me. You know what I'm saying? This man in love with me. Like I want her to get so irritated from random people because I told a lot of people to tell her. I'm not going front. Because I haven't been able to roll up in that bitch myself and tell her because it's like I'm going through a lot. You feel me? Nah, for real. I really am though. You know what I'm saying? I just take it like a G on the chin and shit. You feel me? But this should always be about nothing. But it'd be crazy though. So really what I'm saying is, trust me, if I wasn't dealing with certain other stuff that I was dealing with financially and stuff like that, and I was like all the way good or whatever, y'all know me, I would have been in that bitch, like, in the fact that, like, excuse me, I'm not working there no more, what? Matter of fact, whenever I go back in that bitch, if she's in there, I wish a manager would look at me like I'm not going to speak my piece. But you can't fire me no more. I don't even work in this bitch. Like I'm going in there and I'm going to express my feelings for whatever comes out. Like I swear to God, like, she got to know. She got to know. Because I want to spend the rest of my life with that girl. I'm not even going to front. I knew since Jumpstart, but I just couldn't really say it, you feel me? Just arrived, what's happening? Well, peace, power, abundance to you first and foremost, you feel me? Regardless of your genetic makeup, I hope your day is going good. I hope you're trying to find yourself. I hope you're preparing as far as what's to come. But right now, I'm just talking about some regular life stuff everyone can relate to if they really fell in love with someone. Everything, you know, I've been shot by that arrow, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. Been shot by that arrow, and it's like, I know that this girl has feelings for me, though. I swear to God, I do. Like, I'm not fucking crazy. Like, I just feel like it's so much people in her ear, or she knows that she might be judged by because of even my financial situation. You know, as if like I can't get out, right? But one of the main things that's important, you know, is stability. We know this, right? But one thing about what people don't understand is life. And life is, a lot of people always act like the main stability, y'all, is just financial. Like that's the only stability in life. That's just financial. Like you got to have stability in other areas besides financial. And if you don't, those ways can lead to you not having stability financial. You hear what I'm saying? Real spill, y'all. Real spill. Like how they talk about your mental health and stuff. Real spill. You got to be in a certain mindset to be able to do certain shit, right? I'm not even gonna front with y'all. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. So when I started this one specific job or whatever, right? I literally the same. Y'all gonna be like, what the fuck when I tell y'all this? But the same girl, the same woman, right? That I'm in love with, actually was the woman that made me relapse. I'm gonna be real with y'all. You know, when I first started working there, I first met her and shit, I was sober. You know, I was sober. I was like, I think it was like 3 months in, like I was doing real good, but it was like the situation, how they tried to make look. And remember, let me tell you, I'm in love with her. So imagine being in love with somebody, and then somebody's trying to, other people at the job or whatever, trying to make it so that person doesn't like you. So you lose that person. You know what I'm saying? or they try to put something in that person's ear to get them to already see you in a different light without knowing you're all ready to stop your chance. You feel me? It was like that type of energy. So, you know, I'll say this, even though I'm not gonna say she made me self-sabotage and go back to and relapse. I'm gonna say the situation did. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, nobody got control over me but myself. I'm just saying that's the situation that got me stirred up, where how I was being looked at, because I was being looked at like a person that I'm not. And ironically, I was being looked at by this off of how they was trying to make a scene of a female that I'm actually in love with. You know what I'm saying? That nobody knew, that I really wanted to say, like, y'all know how y'all motherfucking crazy? Y'all know how y'all motherfucking crazy? You know how I'm not really bobbing this girl? I'm fucking in love with this girl. Y'all fucking crazy. I'm not trying to rub this girl wrong in any way. I'm trying to nurture her. I'm trying to care for her. I'm trying to love on her. I'm trying to come up with a plan with her so we can get out this bitch together and flourish and do our thing. Have children and all that. Y'all don't even know. I'm seeing shit on a higher level with this woman. You know what I mean? I just ain't say nothing to her about it yet, but I'm just playing it, playing it calm and collective, whatever. Like, I really wanted to say some shit like that, but I couldn't say it. I had to be professional, I had to be professional at my job, One of the last times we spoke, she came up to me, and I don't remember exactly what it was on, but I just remember we was like in the back of the store, and I was just looking at her in her eyes and her face. I wanted to kiss her, y'all. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I wanted to kiss her. Like, I swear to God I did. But I was telling her, I was just like, I was like, I just want to let you know, like, I'm not trying to rub you wrong or anything like that, like, what do I got to do to make sure you're the most comfortable with us working here and we get the job done? I'm talking as if, like, we don't do the job good enough together and we like the best workers in that bitch, But I just had to say it like this to let, you know what I mean? When you black, you got to do certain stuff. When you know certain things is a certain way, but you still got to approach it a certain way, like. So I'm saying this to her and shit, right? Like, and I'm thinking to myself as I'm telling her, like, you don't even know how in love I really am with you, for real, I had to hide that shit all these months. Think of it, every day, y'all, every day. I'm seeing this girl every day. You know what I'm saying? Playing a crew or whatever. Yeah, so I'm speaking about this situation dragging on because I might have to make this whole live about her and shit. Nah, but it's not, but it is in a way, because the connection is this, y'all. Like, of course, I had plans on already going back sober again. I be having to build my strength up because I'm dealing with like diabolical, like unhinged stuff around everybody that's close to that. Not even probably even experienced some of the things I experienced in my life, and I'm not even talking about the street shit. I'm just talking about just the financial shit. Not talking about no street shit, no gun shit, no stabbing shit, none of that. So one of the things I want to say is, like, man, peace, power, abundance to everybody in here. Peace, power, abundance to everybody in here. Tell your friends, tell them. Literally, y'all. I want family love me, but then again, I don't know. But on my end, I'm gonna say this: when I first met her mom kind of came to me in a way like I was lazy or I didn't know how to work good, like just not knowing me, kind of. And then all that changed when she saw how good my work ethic was. She like, damn, this young man ain't lazy at all. He's actually a total opposite, Ended up doing my job damn near better than everybody there. You feel me? They don't gotta say it. I know it's people there that like, damn, we shouldn't even let, you know what I mean? Like this nigga really was on a certain type of time. Nobody does my job the way I can do my job. I don't give a fuck what it is. I just have a different type of passion and work ethic that it just shows and everybody sees it, That's another reason why a lot of people be hating on me, because of my financial situation, me struggling, it's like people will think like, dang, like I don't have that type of work ethic, or, you know what I'm saying? And it's really crazy like that. So I don't know. It just goes to show you can't judge a book by its cover, You don't know someone personally. You got, you know what I mean? How y'all doing? So it's like, I'll say this, like I said, I'm in love with this girl. She's a Scorpio. Yeah. My dad was a Scorpio. So I don't know a lot of Scorpios, but I know I'm in love with her. I know that. You know what I'm saying? She from Honduras. Shit is crazy. I'm gonna say this. Well, I'm not even gonna mention that other person because that person is irrelevant. So I'm not gonna say that. But yeah, you know, I'm just grateful because I've been through a lot. You know, I escaped a lot of attacks on me. A lot of people I cut out of my life, you know, that'll never be in my life again. You know, the strongest thing that was for me to learn that I didn't have boundaries. I didn't understand boundaries or even how necessary they are. Even if you're not even cutting a person off, y'all. Even if you're not cutting a person off, like just to like let them know, like, all right, if you riding with me, you fucking with me. This is what we on. This is what these are strengths. These are weaknesses. This is what can't happen, right? This is what can't happen. Not even one time. This is a zero tolerance. If this happens, we done. You know what I'm saying? Like it got to be. But some of that stuff don't even need to be spoke on. You should already know that shit for real. You feel me? And so that's why when people be doing shit, I'll be like, nah, you just ain't expect to get caught. You knew the fuck you was doing. You knew the chance, you know? And most people know off the type of person I am, like moral standards and value. They can tell by hearing me talk and seeing me, looking at me, type of stuff like I would do or I wouldn't do, you know? They'd be like, oh yeah, that nigga wouldn't do that. I don't give a fuck what no one say he wouldn't do that. I can just tell the type of person he is. So motherfuckers that be trying to lie on me and shit, y'all wild as hell. Like, just cause I don't want some of y'all in my life or some of y'all was in my life and didn't play the role properly in the way that you were supposed to, you know what I'm saying? Come on now. You know? And that be that wild stuff where it's like, y'all know a person will have a position in your life, not treat you properly, then feel some type of way once you leave them alone and they're not in your life no more. You know, and that's basically almost like a guilty conscience in a way because they knew what they was doing while they was in your life, or they didn't expect you to be strong enough to leave them alone. You know, y'all know how it go. So it's like, it's not even hurt people. People would be trying to take advantage of good people. That's really what it is. You know, so, when I'm telling y'all, like I said, like I'm in love with this girl. I'm happy who I was with and who I kicked out of my life. I'm happy that we're at. But this isn't a live about that. So, yeah, I just had to put that out there. Like I said, I'm in love with this woman from Honduras. If you see this video, my advice to you is like, if you feel a certain way about me, jump out there with me. Let's shake the world up. You feel me? I don't care what your mom say. No, I'm not gonna say I don't care. I care what your mom say, but if your mom is telling you some shit that's past like how you feel, and you a grown woman, you know, and you feel like it might be love with me, or you know what I'm saying, not even just with me in general, like you gotta live your life, you know, and it's a certain level of like your mom should have and respect that, you know. And I love your mom to death. If you see this video, I love your mom to death. I don't got no problems with your mom, even if your mom feels some type of way about me because my financial situation or whatever. Literally, like I have nothing but love for your mom. I already look at your mom like my mom. You know what I'm saying? Actually, ask her. You see this video, ask her. I was like, one day when we was working and shit, I was like, what'd I say to her? I was like, I said something. I addressed her like she was my mother-in-law. I said, what the fuck did I say? I think I don't know what I said or however it would be, I don't know exactly what I said, but I addressed her basically like my mother-in-law, and her face lit up. Like low key, I didn't even mean to do that on purpose, but I feel like I subconsciously did it because it was like, I wanted to let her know like this is the type of love that I have for your daughter, you know? Like, I want you to be my mother-in-law. Like, I want to marry your daughter. Like, she's my world, you know? Like, I gave Laura hints out without even realizing it. Like, even her sister, her older sister, like, I asked, like, I don't even know if you see this video, if you know, but I guess, like, when you went to Puerto Rico or whatever, you know what I'm saying, with, you know, like, I literally, I'm not gonna lie, I felt some type of way. And I'm like, oh. I'm like, okay. but it ain't like you're mine, so you know it's not even on that type of time or nothing yet. So it's like I can't really say nothing, but I need you to be mine. So all right, I'm done because I could talk about my Brit all day. But look, all right. So like I said, fast forward, we stay in focus, sober game. About to start running again. I need working out partners. What's up? Let me know. Let's get big together out here in these both streets. What else? New tape on the way. You get what I'm saying? I almost fucked around and just said the name, but it's crazy as shit. You know what I'm saying? If you thought that I wasn't working on music or I wasn't having shit to put out, that was waiting. You crazy as shit. I'm gonna say that. Like I'm getting so nice. Like my talent can't be like what do you call it? You know, can't be denied. But y'all see I put the little video out talking about what's happening with our skies right now, right? It's beautiful, y'all. I feel some of the stuff I'm about to say is towards us, neuromelanated or you melanated beings, Black or Latino people. And some of the stuff I'm about to say is towards the inorganic people, unnatural people, and then some of it is towards all of us. One thing's for certain, like I be saying, I know we feel a change on the planet that's taking place that's different, unlike before, you know, unlike prior. So, no, wait. Before I talk, I want to say one more thing about my Brit. Look, so if you see this video, because that's like I'm telling, I gotta get it to this girl, y'all. Like I really gotta get it to this girl. Like what's going on? Like I told James, she know James is. I told James. So if James ain't tell you, you gotta jump on his ass. Like I know you spoke to RoBs. I seen a video. Rob said that he told you something to tell me. You know what I'm saying? I told him to tell you that I love you and I want to spend the rest of my life with you. He should have told you that. Who else I seen him at the Dunkin' Donuts. Who else I seen Amir, but at the Trader Joe's, but Amir don't work there no more. I told him, he was like, damn, I don't work there no more. So, who else? I seen the Latino guy, kind of heavy set, has the daughter. I'm pretty sure he told you, because me and him, like, we be chopping it up about other life stuff, and he knows kind of real life shit. I would be kind of shocked if he didn't tell you. But he works in I forget his name, but he works in the window section. Brittany, you know, if you see this, the Latino guy, kind of heavy set, short. He works in like the window door section part. I told him I seen him with his daughter, and I told him I was like you're gonna be shocked when I tell you this, but I don't think that he was shocked though, because I feel like he kind of already knew. I feel like a lot of people already knew, so that's why. Who else? I think it was like one other person I told. Oh yeah, the Latina goddesses, of course. Elizabeth was like the first one to know, even when I was still there. Elizabeth was like the first one to know. You feel me? Elizabeth was like the first. Who else knew? I forget her name, but her son that was in the garden section, her son Salvador, his mom, his mom was there. Salvador, his mom, she knew. Actually, she was like one of the second people to know, and she told me it was kind of like trying to steer me away or wasn't believing how I felt. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, look, I lived a lot of life. I know the difference between love and lust. I know I'm really in tune with my feelings. I'm 33, but it's like I'm really way more mature past my age. I have a lot of wisdom. I lived a lot of life and fast. I've seen a lot of things, met a lot of people. Anything that I feel, it's not like I'm not sure if I feel like that. It's I know how I feel. Like I'm sure of myself with any and everything. Basically, what I'm saying. So, yeah, that's a big thing. I told, I'm just trying to think about everybody I told. I'm saying this to say, like, I told, like, like a whole bunch of people. I'm trying to think. It was some more Latina goddesses that I told. I'm trying to think. Literally, so Elizabeth, Salvador's mom, um, and Elizabeth was funny. That's why if you see Britt, you're gonna be like, damn. Elizabeth, when she would see me in the morning, I know I look crazy, y'all. Like I'm about to freshen up and shit. But when she would see me in the morning, right? It was sometimes that, like, if you remember Britt, it was one day that like you was in there, you might have seen it. And it was like me and Elizabeth, we started like, she would see me and just start smiling like shit and start laughing. Cause she would always be like, am I gonna tell you? Am I gonna tell you? You know? Am I gonna tell you? Or making sure my heart ain't skipping, because my heart would always start skipping whenever you come by me and shit. And one day it was like you looked at us, I was like, damn, I think she knows. You know? And I would have been told you. I would have been told you. What? I'm not a type of person to hide my love or if I feel a certain way about someone. Only reason why I did that shit is because I didn't want to get fired and to be used against me. But now I don't give a fuck. Like, y'all gotta realize I speak against the system in public, in government places and all. Like, trust me, I'm not scared to let someone know that I love them, whether they would continue on anything with me after that or not. You know, that's the last thing. I just care about getting out how I feel. If I feel a certain way about a person, good or bad, whatever that would be, to whatever degree, I really want them to know how I feel, you know? I'm very passionate about everything that I do, you know? So it's like, I don't want a female out here not knowing I'm in love with her and I would give her the world. You know what I'm saying? I don't want her not knowing that. I want her to know, even if she chooses herself to be with me or not, you know? So I am getting certain stuff in order. I would have been walked in there and let you know. And as I get certain stuff in order more, get myself back together more, I am going to walk in that bitch and let you know. I'm going to walk it. I might walk in that bitch with some flowers. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. And a present. Like, I'm not playing. Like, when I know what I want, I know what I want. You feel me? I swear. Like, you know? And I'm just very grateful. I'm that much more grateful that people that I thought that I was supposed to end up with did me how they did me. Because I never would have met you, you know? I never would have met you. This whole journey, none of this shit would have happened. When you really get started, when you really know my story, Britt, and you get to talking to me, you're going to find out a lot of stuff that's in connection with us that we have that's very similar. More than you know. I know energy, so I know how stuff connects with energy. I might sound crazy as shit saying this, Britt, but I know what I'm talking about, you know? And it's just crazy. So really today, first day sober, and I realized, like, not even just with you, but I realized, like, I can't have a prosperous relationship in my situation that I'm in right now while still focusing on smoking, even if it's from a standpoint of getting me not to crash out and stuff. I gotta just face that shit head on, like I was doing when I wasn't smoking. That shit was hard as shit. It got easier, but it's weird. Like when the attacks were happening, some of them did get easier to deal with, but then some of them was like, I felt like I was gonna snap, you know? That's why I got so overwhelmed with that situation, because I was like, damn, like, I'm in love with this girl. They try to make it seem like I said something negative towards her that I didn't even say. I'm being investigated for this shit. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, the irony, and I would never have said no shit like that towards this girl. I'm fucking in love with you. Like, what the fuck? I'm like, this shit is crazy. This is a spiritual attack. I'm like, this shit is a spiritual attack like never before. And because of my situation, what I'm dealing with financially. You know what I mean? It's like a double attack on me for me, like, not to get love and to be back ass out. Like, you know, like, it's them demons be trying to get me, you know? For real, they be trying to get me. Whatever I do, like, they be going through people, you know what I mean? People close to me, they be trying to get me, y'all. You know? And I already know, because it's been the same thing's been happening my whole life with patterns of, like, different people, you know? A lot of times it'd be, like, just the same energy in a different person, you know? But it's always, like, as I'm going forward, or, like, I make a certain accomplishment, or I get past something that like I know I'm not supposed to get past, I escape an attack or something like that occurs. Like I pay attention to patterns with everything. I observe everything. So if it's something that's happening in a certain way or continuously, I'm most likely gonna pay attention to it, whether I say it or not. I'm gonna be on point about it. You feel me? Like I'm very in tune in like ways that most people aren't. You get what I'm saying? That's why I'm telling you from this standpoint about how I feel and what's going on. It's crazy with me, but I value everybody. I hope everybody's having a good day. It's a lot that's taking place right now. Hello, how are you? Enjoy your day. Yeah, it's crazy. Like, it's crazy. Now I be sensing like how much people to go against where we're going towards. I know that shit sound crazy, but I be thinking about that shit. I be like, damn. I be like, who's gonna take a stance like me, as far as like coming about really what's what. You know what I'm saying? And then who's really gonna go forth. For real. I'm telling y'all. So I value y'all. I hope everybody have a good day. Like I said, go forward, stay positive. Like I'm on this walk right now. Be careful. I'm on this walk right now. Just staying positive. Everybody do what you're supposed to do. This shit ain't easy, but we gotta keep going forward. We can't allow for this shit to make us break. And that's pretty much it, y'all. I don't really got that much more to say. I'm gonna get on live with y'all in a bit and speak about these changes that's taking place on the planet. They spraying the skies right now. Insane, y'all. I have no reason to lie to y'all. Look at this shit real quick, y'all. I'm about to show y'all. But they spraying the skies like shit. This shit is insane how they spraying these skies. You Latino? Yeah. Make sure you get a lot of sun. For us, it's good. Right. Latino, black. Everyone else, no bueno. You're welcome. Yeah, it's a very, very beautiful thing. He doing the right thing. It's like he already know, because it's like he's just sitting in the sun. You notice that y'all seeing a lot of us more now enjoying ourselves in the sun. Like, you gonna see me start breaking a little bit of sweat, but it lets you know how good I am, because I already been out here and I haven't really broke a sweat yet. But I'm starting to break one now, because literally I'm drinking this coffee, and I don't drink coffee at all. You hear what I'm saying? I don't drink coffee at all. So that's how that works. That's why I be telling y'all, like, you smoking the tobacco, the black and milds, the coffee, the sugar, the whole food industry is against our genetic makeup. I'm about to get in some not 3D shit right now real quick. So with this being said, you got to think about it like this. If the whole fruit industry is against your genetic makeup and this radiation that's here on the planet right now, all this is taking place, what are you going to do to combat it? You get what I'm saying? What are you going to do to combat really what's taking place? How are you gonna go forth with this? Are you gonna match the energy with your frequency, with your eating, everything down to your T? Or are you gonna fall short? There's no in between with that. This is something that's really, really taking place fast. Very, very fast. So you really got to understand what I'm saying when I'm telling y'all this. I value y'all, and I want everybody to achieve what they're supposed to achieve. But this shit, as far as like what we're going through, this shit is not a game. This shit isn't This shit isn't no regular degular type shit. You feel me? So the past like 48 hours, we've been getting M-class flares. And these M-class flares, the data and what it's really showing, as far as the flares that we're getting, they're not wanting to talk about it because of how bad it's really affecting people. You hear what I'm saying? They don't really want to talk about it. But it's one of them things where it's like, I'm not even, y'all gotta, anyone that's inorganic, as I start getting some of this information, y'all gotta spare me. Because I'm not trying to be rude. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be rude and none of that. It's just that I know what's going on. So, all right, you seeing unnatural people, they starting to look like more red, right? More red like never before, like almost as if like the sunburn has been like doubled, or like just the complications that they're facing involving the sun alone, right? Everything that I've been talking about, you're seeing it more. As the ozone layer spreads out, you're seeing people look more and more red, right? Not only are you seeing people look more and more red, you're seeing who's having complications. And at this point in rate that is happening and the speed that is happening, you're seeing who it's affecting genetically, even if you don't know genetics. You know what I'm saying? You're seeing it from a race standpoint. You're like, okay, white people are looking like this. I haven't saw not one black person that looked this red yet. I'm starting to see Asian people look more and more red over time. You know, I'm starting to see them hide from the sun more, wear sombrero more, or even just work out more. Why is that so? You know, why is that so? Or is this even working for them for the neurological issues that they're starting to have? You know, or towards the respiratory issues, you know, the photodermatitis, the melanoma, you know. You're starting to see what we know is not acting civil, them acting less civil. But was as if their species from a collective standpoint was ever civil, you know. You're seeing this, you're seeing them react more, you're seeing them have like outbursts more. It's because of the complications that they're having involving the sun. They're having way more complications like never before. And like I said, they're not talking about this, but this is something that's really taking place, you know, at a fast rate right now. And as this is taking place, this is one of them things that's having these people really react. You know, this is what I'm saying from a standpoint genetically. Like when you really understand genetics, you really understand. When you really understand genetics, you really understand how you really got to take initiative to really to really know what you're living in, you know, and how it affects you over time and what you can and can't change, right? Like a lot of the stuff right now, I've been here, and it's like I've been trying to tell people. So now y'all gotta look at it from my point of view. It is a bit irritated when I know that I'm going through all of this, and it's like I'm waking y'all up more and more by the day about what's taking place. It is bothering me because I know that I know I can't reach everybody, right? But I'm trying to reach everybody. That's the main goal. That's the main goal towards children, towards anybody that has a righteous mind to stand up for greater good. All of this, you know, all of this. And they're not talking about this, but all the stuff that I'm talking about, whenever I'm talking about the COVID, whenever I'm talking about the planes flying lower, you get what I'm saying? The radiation levels, the COVID, which is really the ARS, just the overload of radiation in a short period of time. You know, if you think I'm crazy, ask your doctors about it. Your doctors know, you know, all your doctors know. You know, we know what overload of radiation in a short period of time. We know how that's effective, you know, for real, y'all. So I'm in a rush right now because I gotta run like some errands and stuff like that. But I had to really tap in with y'all and let y'all know about this going forward, or even how you can handle this, right? Because at the end of the day, this is gonna get worse. It's not gonna pick up. I mean, it's not gonna not pick up. The radiation is gonna get worse. The ozone layer ain't coming back, yo. You know, they're not gonna tell you this shit, but I'm gonna tell you this because I know that this really is this, you know. So I value y'all, respect y'all. Enjoy the rest of your day. Make sure y'all get a lot of sun, man. Peace, power, abundance to everybody, man. It's Lord, rear points of RoBs Inferno while it burns slow. Feel me?